heading towards Sanremo.
Is that one open?
And it's all very complicated.
In Italy.
6.
This memorial is a little bit problematic for me getting on and off the boat. Menton, you have been beautiful. Now we go into waters unexplored.
That is the Italian border, just there. So wanted to get on our way into Sanremo to be able to moor up and go through the entry formalities wherever we can. So time to bring down the courtesy flag for France and put up the courtesy flag for Italy. So we're heading for Sanremo along the Ligurian coast, which is the Italian Riviera.
Italian waters. There it goes. And now it's time for breakfast.
Had a very bumpy night in Menton. The swell enters the harbour and really makes all of the boats in the harbour move around so much. And the ropes were snatching. We had a compensator that broke, the rubber shock absorber. But we woke up this morning and the decks were wet. It had been raining, but they were covered in an orange dust, a fine orange dust. And because it had been raining, the dust had collected in certain places. So we're heading for Sanremo, and the weather is changeable today. The wind was coming off the land, but as it's heating up now at the sea, it's starting to turn. Had the head sail out for a short spell. So that's going to be coming down soon as the wind's dying, and then it's going to switch round 180 degrees. But we want to get into Sanremo before lunchtime if possible, and then we can start thinking about getting our signing into Italy formalities over and done with. Not quite sure how it's going to go, but we'll find out. Not much assistance now. Approaching Sanremo. Managed to get here before the winds built up. Let's hope the free mooring is okay for us. We'll find out. Porto Vecchio, Sanremo.
Oh, you can speak Italian.
On our way to the Coast Guard office, and we were just commenting that in France we didn't see any offices for Coast Guards. It was all the Capitanerie took care of everything. Here they have a Coast Guard office.
And we're hoping we can get our passports done
this afternoon.
We can't miss it.
Or we do it in the morning.
No, let's try and get it done.
Well, we do it this afternoon, of course, but if this... So options is over there, and we just walked around. Hello, anybody in?
Going for lunch.
It's a long lunch, isn't it? 3 hours. Oh, is that one open? Okay. Well, we're not doing very well, are we?
We're trying to be good, aren't we?
We just want to get the passport stamped so that we can make sure that we get the dates recognised for the French visa compared to the Schengen visa. But now we're in the Schengen zone that is Italy, so we want to make sure we don't lose days. So, although we've got into Europe, yeah, that's fine, and we're in the Schengen area, what we don't want to do is to fall foul of any problems with days. We need to make sure that the Schengen days are recorded and that the French visa days are recorded. But we can't get in because the office is closed and it doesn't open until 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it did say Wednesday, and tomorrow's Tuesday.
For immigration, yeah. Yeah, I know. And I said tomorrow And she said, yes, 9 o'clock. So fingers crossed that we can get in. So the Guardia Costiera, Coast Guard, they're closed. The police frontier, they're closed. And they don't open at all for the rest of the day. First meal in Italy.
I'm saving myself for some spaghetti and pizza on a night time.
You're having a Nordic salad.
I'm having Nordic salad at the moment.
How was it?
Well, it was salad.
The salad.
With salmon and prawns.
So it was
Tomato and avocado.
insalata.
Insalata.
Insalata Nordic. Yeah, that was okay. And the young man spoke very good English, which was helpful.
You did.
But we're telling him that we're trying to learn Italian. Welcome to Italy.
This rubbish lorry has been waiting outside our pontoon, clear as you can see, with the engine running for over an hour, and they finally just come and dumped some of the rubbish into the lorry. As you can see, the quay is completely empty that way, completely empty that way, and yeah, he had to sit outside our mooring. This is what they've been waiting for, these little vans that keep turning up.
We arrived in Sanremo yesterday.
At
went
12 o'clock?
At 12 o'clock. We came to the Costa Guardia. We basically signed in to the port onto the free berth, the transit berth, the berth that you go to when you're transiting through from one country to another. Today we've just gone to immigration and they said, no, we can't stamp it. You've got to go to a maritime agency. So what is a maritime agency? We explained it's our own private boat. It's only 11 metres long. Very helpful lady, after we queued for 3/4 of an hour, rang a maritime agent who spoke English, and we've now got to go to the maritime agents in Porto Sol, and then we'll find out what happens next.
And it sounds like she'll get our papers and then she'll have to take them somewhere. I don't know where does she take them?
Back to the office.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Crazy. Well, the story continues, and it's all very complicated. But ultimately, we've just been advised that they can't even do a stamp in to Italy because we haven't stamped out of France. The difference between France and Italy, a very, very nice young lady at Mediot Services opposite Key F in Porto Sol, as she explained, in Italy they have to go through a very different and more involved process for stamping in boats and people on boats. So we've just spent the best part of an hour and a half wandering around Sanremo, but simple answer is, why worry?
And we'll just make sure we check out of Corsica.
So that's
And
the
then
aim.
our Shannon days, in our eyes, will start.
Yeah. We've got all the evidence anyway of where we've been, keeping the evidence and traceability of our routes and stopovers. Of course, all of this is associated with control of movement of people.
Yeah, I was going to do some math.
And the whole concept of philosophy of freedom of movement that is, or that was, available to Brits before Brexit is lost because we're no longer members of the European Union, or the single market, or the Schengen Agreement.
But we still live in Europe.
But we still live in Europe. Just ridiculous.
Leaving the transit berth, and off we go to our next destination. Minus any stamps in our passport. Not quite sure really how that's all going to pan out, but hey ho, we'll see.
After quite a few shenanigans this morning, but anyway, we're on our way to LOANO. Rocking and rolling a bit already. It's going to be like this all day. Is it a problem again? Must be a network connection, loose connections. And it's working again. So, definitely a loose connection somewhere. Finding it isn't going to be easy. It's a little bit roly-poly, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah. At the moment, it's becoming a beat to us. Pass that to me first.
I prepared it this morning.
Oh, you prepared
I
it?
haven't been down there making it, I've been literally getting it.
Prepared it before we left. Last night?
Last night actually.
Yeah, you did. We're approaching LOANO. It's got a blowing up of wind, which was expected. I was hoping to be in before this wind came along, but anyway, we're getting some sailing. We've got both sails up, sailing very, very close, pinching as close as possible. Doesn't look much, but it must lead somewhere. Up another hill. Found another hill for you.
Thanks.
Look at all the fruit there. Just growing. Hey, it could be an orchard, I suppose. Seeing what's on the ground, that they are lemons. Yes. These steps have seen some use. I'm not going to let you in though. It was a convent.
Shadow.
No, that's sticking out, and it's
That made the shadow.
It does make the shadow.
Well, it's between 5 and 6 at the moment. Are you going to be on Google Street View? Oh, LOANO.
You know you're in Italy because you constantly hear sirens. They love them. And the postie rides a scooter. Just here is an old well with a chain and bucket system to lift the water out into a spout for irrigation, probably.
The acoustics in here are incredible.
Aren't they?
Na 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 hey na. It's just to fill a gap. It's... But yes, a very nice day. We have radios on so you can say thank you.
Well, without doubt, LOANO Marina is very well equipped, is very clean, well organised and polite, and at €55 a night is good value, actually, very good value. And there's a mixture of small boats, super yachts and all sorts here, and they also have fuel. And the restaurants on the marina. LOANO itself is a very pretty little village, or town, sorry, pretty town, and yeah, been a good stay really. So I would recommend LOANO as a stopover, or even as a cruising base as well. I think it would be a good cruising base here, don't you? 9:30 in the morning on Thursday, and we are heading for Genoa. Yes, you do, Noah. Yeah, so LOANO is 30 odd miles from Genoa, across the bay of Genoa in the Ligurian Sea, and the weather forecast for today is changeable. Chance of showers, and they're saying that the wind could be anywhere between 4 and 16 knots with gusts up to 24, so that's everything really. One thing that is in our favour, and that is that it's a southeasterly breeze, so it's helping us along, because we're going...
You don't mean the wind's in our direction?
The wind actually is helping us along today, which is unusual really.
When he's sailing off into the end of the world, and he unzips it. It's just beautiful, look. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, right. It just looks lovely. But I don't understand how we're so roly-poly when it's like flat.
So we're just having a conversation about far-off events at sea affecting local conditions.
Oh my goodness me. Has someone got a party out there?
Slowly being engulfed by this rain, which is just started now. Here it comes. This is Punta Carina.
Okay, that's that tower at the top then.
Yeah, and from here we go around this point here.
Yes.
And then we start heading directly for Genoa across the bay. Acquired a dangerous target, doing 9 knots. At the moment it's heading towards Genoa. So the radar is showing me that we're not going to collide, which is good. Although our paths will cross, she will cross in front of us at some point. Well, no collision then. A bit faster than we are. Well, we're arriving ahead of schedule. Harbour, I expect it'll cool down a little bit. Quite severe. Mainsail didn't drop fully, but I'm not going out there to pull it down until it's calm.
pleasant.
Not? Yuck.
Yeah.
Is that?
I have to go out there and put fenders out now.
Yeah, well, it's only water. And it's fresh water as well.
I know, but I hate it when I'm wet.
I know. Oh, there's one coming our way.
One what?
A boat.
A big one.
Yes.
Do you know where you're going?
Sort of. Where he's come from, but I'm going to stay to his right. There's a yacht over there, so I'm following where the yacht's going. It's all happening around us. In the rain, here in Genoa. We're heading for Marina Porto Antico. I've no idea where that one's going. I haven't a clue. What did you say?
I've got wet knickers. I had to sit down and pull. I took my trouser bottoms off because they were soaked. I thought, well, that's going to hinder me. It's not raining now.
It was a little bit of a wet arrival, wasn't it? A wet entrance.
A wet entrance.
Okay, right, okay. Yeah, it was a little bit damp. Moist.
Oh, don't use that one.
But here we are in Genoa, two very helpful marinaros.
Yes.
Yeah, and a good...
One spoke English, I don't think the other one did.
No,
There's
and,
not a lot of communication.
and a very professional mooring up, actually.
I thought we did well.
Did well there, yeah.